Hi guys, so today I wanted to do a first impression / review for the GELibility. So what this claims to do is to be able to turn any regular nail polish into a gel nail polish, which you have to cure in UV light. So there's 2 steps to this process and I'm going to go through each one with you. So the first one you apply is the stick it, and that's your base coat. You apply it, cure it, and then you remove the tacky layer. And then you take the fix it and you mix that in a 50-50 ratio with the nail polish of your choice. For this video I'm going to be using the Sinful Colors Boom Boom color. And you mix it 50-50 with this, and then you apply it on the nails just like you would a gel polish, cure it, build it up to the color that you want, and then you top it off again with this as your top coat. And then you clean everything away. So we're going to see how this works out. Like I said, the idea of being able to turn any nail polish into a gel polish really intrigues me. I have a bunch of nail polishes that I just don't use anymore because I prefer gel polish now. So we'll see how it goes. My nails are already prepped and clean. The very first step is this one here, the stick it, and you're just going to apply that all over the nail. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that into my LED lamp. So I went ahead and cured that base coat in the LED. I'm going to go ahead and spray it with my alcohol again to remove that tacky layer, and this is in the directions for the product. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. Okay, and now comes the part where you're going to actually mix. So I'm just going to be using this lid here as my palette, and then again I'm using that Sinful color. So what you're going to do is you're going to take drop for drop. So 1 drop of the GELibility's Fix It and 1 drop of the polish. And if you feel like you need more than that, you can always do 2 drops at a time. And now I'm going to take my polish brush and I'm just going to wipe off as much excess polish as I can. And then I'm going to mix these 2 together using that polish brush. And this is also in their directions. Now the other claim that this makes is that it does not change the color of your polish once you apply it. So I also have a fake nail over here that we'll be comparing that to. But they did say you want to make sure to get a 50-50 ratio. So I have my brush loaded up, and again I'm just going to build that up like I would any other gel polish. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cure that in the light. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my second coat now. Try to build up that color. So far I will say that the application is really smooth. It's not catching or anything. The color is very sheer is the one thing I am noticing, but it seems to build up pretty well. So you can see the first one from the second coat. And typically I do 3 thin coats with gel polish, and that's what I'll do with this. So now we're going in with that 3rd coat. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that back into the light, and this is the 3rd time. So for the final step, they say to go ahead and take the Fix It and to apply it as a top coat. And again, and this time you're not removing the tacky layer, you're just going right in with this. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the light. Alright guys, so I just pulled that out of the light, curing that top coat, so I'm going to go ahead and use the alcohol. So this is kind of the moment of truth to see if it's going to be dry or not. So I'm saturating that with alcohol. And I'm taking my wipe and I'm just going to clean that off. So nothing came off when I wiped it. You can see that this is completely dry. So I must say, you know, for my very first impressions of this product and the very first time that I used it, I'm actually pretty impressed. So I'm going to go ahead and finish out my nails and then I'll wrap up the review for you guys. So I just wanted to mention a couple things. First thing is that when you're mixing this, the consistency does change as you go through your nails. So I would say when you're working with this, only mix the amount that you need to work with the nails that you're doing. So for instance, I did these 4 nails first, so I would just mix up enough to do these ones, and then same thing, I did these 4 and then I did my thumbs separate. So I would do each of those sections separate just so the consistency doesn't change, because I'm assuming what's making it change is that the polish itself that you're adding to the mix is starting to dry out. The other thing that I wanted to mention is while you're using this to apply your mixture, your bottle's sitting there wide open and air's getting to it, you know, and that's going to affect your nail polish in the long run. So what I did was I just cut a little piece of plastic and I put that on top of there. Also, your brush is going to start to dry out too, you know, up here where you still have polish and it's not the gel. So that's just a couple other things to think of while you're doing it. You know, maybe you could wrap it up somehow or do like I did and just put a little bit of plastic on that so it doesn't affect the polish itself. Other than that, I'd say that the product worked really well. I have no problems with it at all. It applied wonderfully. I really like the glossiness of it. I think that that was really great. I would say if you're looking for something where you can use up some of your own nail polishes, or you have a really nice nail polish collection and you don't want to start purchasing individual gel polishes in all the colors you need, this is a great alternative. I believe on the website it said that it did something like 20 plus manicures, you know, so I would say that's pretty consistent. For the first 4 nails, I did 3 drops. And then I did 3 drops for these 4 and just 2 drops for these ones. And I actually had a little bit left over, if you see here on the palette. That's the other thing, is there's quite a bit left on the palette. And you're going to need something to clean this up with. Alcohol won't do it. So I'm going to try using acetone. I'm assuming that'll work. Or just fingernail polish remover. That might work too. The other thing on the website that they claim is that the polish itself doesn't change color when you mix it. And I would say that that's true. On the tip here, I have with the GELibilities, and then in here on this side, I have just straight polish. And you can see the colors are the same. The only thing I would say that's different is that with the gel, it's much more glossy. So I would say this is a good little product. If you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and leave them down below. I'll have the links down below in the description bar where you guys can buy this. And as always, thank you guys for watching.